the decisions in the field of primary education and secondary education. After that, we studied about national policy on education 1986. ओके, मी तुम्हाला याविषयी एक एक्झाम्पल पण दिलं होतं की आत्ताची जी 2020 जी एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी आहे, तर जवळपास लास्ट एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी 1986 मध्ये करण्यात आली होती. सो वी स्टडीड अबाउट दॅट. देन वी हॅव ऑल्सो स्टडीड यूज ऑफ सॅटेलाइट इन एज्युकेशन पर्पज. ओके, and we also studied about the open universities in India, like that is Indira Gandhi National Open University. In Maharashtra, Yashwantrao Chauhan Mukta Vidyapith is there. We studied about that also. Then we began to study about research institute in India. One by one, we are going to study about the research institute in science. So in science, the specific main institute is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. So what was the when it was established, what was the objective behind this establishment, how this organization helped India in different sectors. Okay, so we studied about the achievements of CSIR. Okay, likewise that, then we studied that what are the institutes in the mathematics study, computers. We also studied about Bioatomic Research Center, that is BARC, in which Dr. Santosh Takle sir is working right now. And now we will start to study about engineering, that is different research institute in the field of engineering. So in the science we have studied, but now we will study about the education research institute in the engineering field. Okay guys, so guys, am I audible now? Yes. Okay, Kadambari. For another people, other people's. Okay, good. So guys, we will start to study about different institutes, research institute in engineering field. So let's see. Indian Institute of Technology, that is short from IIT. ओके, तर IIT बद्दल तुम्हा सर्व लोकांनी माझ्या मते तुम्ही ऐकलंच असणार आहे IIT. ओके, काय आहे ऍक्च्युली, ज्याप्रमाणे इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजेस असतात पूर्ण महाराष्ट्रात सगळ्या ठिकाणी, प्रायव्हेट कॉलेजेस असतात. सो लाईकवाइज दॅट आपल्या सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटची पण कॉलेजेस आहेत इंजिनिअरिंग शिकण्यासाठी. तर त्यासाठी IIT JEE म्हणून एक परीक्षा असते. ओके, जॉईंट एंट्रन्स एक्झाम. सो यू हॅव टू clear that exam after 12th and you can take the admission for the engineering course in the IIT, that is Indian Institute of Technology. So let's study about it. India's first IIT was set up at Kharagpur in the West Bengal in 1951. म्हणजेच आपल्याला जेव्हा स्वातंत्र्य मिळालं 1947 रोजी, तर त्यानंतरच काही वर्षांनी 4 वर्षांनी 1951 मध्ये इंडियाची पहिली IIT जी आहे म्हणजेच इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नॉलॉजी ती सेटअप करण्यात आली. ती कोठे सेटअप करण्यात आली तर पश्चिम बंगालमध्ये खरगपूर म्हणून एक ठिकाण आहे, तर त्याला IIT खरगपूर असं म्हटलं जातं इन 1951. म्हणजे बघा, ज्या वर्षी आपली फर्स्ट जनरल इलेक्शन झाली इंडियामध्ये, खासदारची निवडणुका झाल्या पंतप्रधान पदाच्या, तर त्यावेळी या इन्स्टिट्यूटची एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट करण्यात आली. द ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ऑफ दिस इन्स्टिट्यूट वॉज दॅट higher and advanced education in all branches of engineering should be available in India and meet the country's need. So guys, we know if you have the technology, you have the scientific research in your country, then and then only you can be successful in different fields. Okay, you can be technologically advanced. But to be technologically advanced and to do the research in the science, what is important, there should be some institutes which are working for this purpose. Okay, so IIT is one of the institute that works in the field of engineering, all the branches of engineering, like mechanical engineering, computer, electronics and telecommunication, civil engineering, electrical, likewise that. All right, so the purpose of this IIT in Kharagpur was higher and advanced education in all branches of engineering should be available in the okay in India मध्ये ते available पाहिजे and also to meet the country's need. All right. The engineering college at Powai, Chennai, Kanpur, and New Delhi were converted into IITs. Okay. So in India at that time, in Powai, that is in Mumbai, okay, महाराष्ट्रामध्ये पवई हे एक IIT आहे. चेन्नईमध्ये एक इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज होतं त्यावेळी, कानपूरमध्ये पण होतं आणि न्यू दिल्लीमध्ये पण होतं. But after some time, these engineering colleges were converted into IITs. Means now these colleges will be run by Indian government. Okay, that is Indian Institute of Technology. So are you people getting? Are you able to understand the things? Okay, good. बाकी कोणाला काही प्रॉब्लेम आणखी? Okay, good. All right. So here we go. So these engineering colleges were converted into IITs. The Soviet Union, America, Germany, and the UNESCO all extended help to set up these institutes. So guys, we know that in that time, सोवियत युनियन म्हणजेच काय, आत्ताचा जो रशिया आहे आपण त्याला म्हणतो, आणि रशिया भोवतालचे जे काही देश आहेत तर ते पूर्वी Hello. So guys, am I audible to you? Or any background noise is coming there? Okay, 1 minute. कोणी? Okay, guys, I think the noise is not coming. I think. Okay. So is it fine now? Okay. Okay. So sorry for that disturbance. So guys, you know that when Britishers left us, at that time we don't have any technological advancements in India. Okay. So to set up these IITs, these institutes, engineering colleges, Soviet Union, that is Russia and other countries, America at that time, even Germany, we know that is a European country, and the UNESCO is a part of United Nations. So these institutes and the countries helped India to set up the engineering institutes in India, so that people will get admission there. They will study. They will make research over there, and after that, what will happen? They can meet the technological and scientific needs of the country. All right. The IITs in India were given a status of deemed universities, and BTech and MTech courses were started there. Okay. थोडक्यात ह्या ज्या IITs त्या ठिकाणी अस्तित्वात आल्या, एस्टॅब्लिश केल्या, तर त्या IITना एक डीम्ड युनिव्हर्सिटी म्हणजेच एक स्वायत्त युनिव्हर्सिटी म्हणून तेथे त्यांना दर्जा देण्यात आला, म्हणजेच एक विद्यापीठ म्हणून त्यांना तेथे दर्जा देण्यात आला. ऑलराईट. आणि त्या ठिकाणी वी स्टार्टेड to study about the course that is BTech, that is Bachelors of Technology and Masters of Technology. Okay, so these courses we have started in that IITs. Admission through entrance exams, nominal fees, and reservations for students are the special features of the IIT institutions. Okay, so what were the features of these IIT institutions? Admission through entrance exams. As I told you that is the exam, that is JEE, right? Joint entrance exam. After 12th, you can give this exam, and you can, if you comes in higher ranks in the country, okay, you will get admission in respective IIT. All right. Okay, so the entrance exam nominal fees means you will have very less fee. You have to pay very less fee to take the admission. Reservations for the students are special features. It means there are reservations, okay, for SC, ST, and open category, etc. Okay, so these were the features, so that all the communities, all the people should get the chance, okay, to study the technological things. Okay, in the decade from 1970 to 1980, a large number of IIT students began to leave for foreign countries, causing the brain drain crisis. So guys, what happened? See, from 1951 our government started these IITs. Government gave the concession in the fees. Okay, also government uh, gave the reservation for many people, okay, over there. After that, uh, different benefits we are giving to these students by the Indian government. But after some years, what happened? 1970 to 1980, this year, this decade, 10 years, people used to study, students used to study in this IIT. They were taking benefit from the central government, and as soon as they completed the course, they used to go abroad in foreign countries. It means we are draining our brain over here. It means we are actually helping students so that they can learn, they can earn the knowledge, and they can utilize that knowledge, that technological knowledge in our country, so that our needs will be fulfilled. But what students were doing, they were going to the foreign countries, and because of that there was draining of brain, we can say, or wealth draining. So now see what the government did. However, the situation changed after 1990s. IITs were also established at Guwahati, that is Assam, in 1994 and Roorkee in 2001. Now see, uh, now see, students can learn over there, but in the decade of 1970 to 80, there were no opportunities for these students to work in India. Maybe, okay. कारण इंडिया त्यावेळी जास्त प्रगत नव्हता, नोकरीच्या जास्त संधी त्या ठिकाणी उपलब्ध नव्हत्या. मग हे स्टुडंट शिकल्यानंतर बाहेर देशात जायचे. तर 1990 नंतर वी चेंज्ड आवर इकॉनॉमिक पॉलिसी, economic reforms were taken place, and because of that many companies came to India, and these people who were going outside the country, they started to study, and they started to do the job in our own country. Okay, so after that some IITs again established in India, that is in 1994. Guwahati IIT was there, IIT Guwahati, it is in Assam. And after that 2001 IIT Roorkee was established in India. All right, So guys, this is the institute that is in the field of engineering. Okay. So guys, did you understand this? Hello, am I audible? Okay, so anybody having any doubt here or any need any elaborate information? Okay, Nikhil Patil. Okay, Kadambari Ayush. All right, Vedant. Okay, good. ठीक आहे मग we will take next topic now. आता आपण IIT तर कम्प्लीट केलं, दॅट इज इंडियन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नॉलॉजी. आता आपण IIM बघणार आहोत, इंडियन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट. As high quality engineers, we are graduating from IITs. The center and the Gujarat government started the Indian Institute of Management to mold skilled managers. Okay, so guys, you know that in India, what uh, high quality engineers we are graduating from the IITs. म्हणजे IITतून बीटेक करून किंवा एमटेक करून खूप जास्त प्रमाणात इंजिनियर्स बाहेर पडत होते इंडियामध्ये हाय क्वालिटी. ओके. After that, what happened? The central and the Gujarat government started Indian Institutes of Management to mold skilled manager. तर मग आपल्याला मॅनेजरची गरज पाहिजे, कारण इफ देर आर मेनी स्किल्ड engineers working together, there should be somebody to manage everything and that. So to make that skilled manager, Indian Institute of Management was established. Harvard Business School in America helped to set up IIM Ahmedabad. Okay, what happened? Harvard Business School that helped India in America. Okay, to help and set up IIM in Ahmedabad. So basically, IIM Ahmedabad is the first IIT in India. Other IIMs have been set up at Kolkata, Bangalore, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Indore, and Shillong. Okay, so these are the another IIMs in India. Just like IITs are working in the technological field, IIMs are working in the management field. Okay. आणि यासाठी पण एक एंट्रन्स एक्झाम घेतली जाते IIM साठी. त्याला नॅशनल लेवलला त्याला कॅट असं म्हटलं जातं, कॉमन एंट्रन्स एक्झाम किंवा कॉमन एलिजिबिलिटी टेस्ट असं त्याला म्हटलं जातं, कॅट. ओके. आणि ह्या कॅट एक्झाम मध्ये ज्यांना हायेस्ट रँक प्राप्त होत आहे तर त्या स्टुडंटला गव्हर्नमेंट इंडियन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नॉलॉजी सॉरी मॅनेजमेंट मध्ये ऍडमिशन मिळते. त्या ठिकाणी ते पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएशन करतात. 2 वर्षाचा हा एक कोर्स असतो, एक प्रोग्राम असतो. So this was about the Indian Institute of Management. So did you understand this also? Okay. Okay. Now here is one box. We will study what it is about. Systematic training in any aspect of filmmaking is given at Film and Television Institute of India, that is FTII. Okay. Guys, we know that in India there are many films that are being directed, that are being produced. Okay. So if you want to have that skill, okay, for the filmmaking, then there is one government school for this filmmaking. The name of that is Film and Television Institute of India. Facilities were made available for imparting scientific training at this institute in all aspects of filmmaking, such as direction, okay, editing of the film, directing this film, acting in the film. Okay, so to train the people in all these aspects, means in direction, in editing, in acting, This is Film and Television Institute of India helped people very much. This institute inherited the legacy of the Prabhat Film Company of Pune and became famous all over the world. Okay, so what happened? This institute inherited the legacy of Prabhat Film. म्हणजेच पुण्यामध्ये पूर्वी प्रभात फिल्म नावाची एक कंपनी होती, तर त्या कंपनीमध्ये या गोष्टी शिकवल्या जायच्या आणि फिल्म पण प्रोड्यूस केली जायची. मग त्याच कंपनीच्या धर्तीवर मे बी तिचं जे नाव आहे ते फिल्म अँड टेलिव्हिजन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया करण्यात आलं आणि त्या ठिकाणी विद्यार्थ्यांना ऍडमिशन घेण्याची सुविधा उपलब्ध करण्यात आली. ओके, मग त्या ठिकाणी विद्यार्थी जाऊन फिल्म कशी बनवावी, त्याचं डायरेक्शन म्हणजे दिग्दर्शन कसं करावं, त्याची एडिटिंग म्हणजे संपादन कसं करावं, आफ्टर दॅट ऍक्टिंग पण कशी करावी, त्याची धडे वगैरे सगळ्या गोष्टी. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स वेअर started. Okay, the courses in that field started in that Film and Television Institute of India. Now, National Institute of Design. See about this. This institute was established in Ahmedabad in 1961 for the purpose of imparting training and training in industrial design. Okay. 1961 मध्ये एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट करण्यात आली अहमदाबाद मध्ये. and what was the purpose and objective or goal of this institute? Imparting training in industrial design. म्हणजे जी काही इंडस्ट्री सेटअप असतो देशामध्ये ठिकठिकाणी, तर त्याचं डिझाईन कसं करण्यात आलं पाहिजे, कसं केलं पाहिजे, तर या प्रकारची जी माहिती आहे, या प्रकारचा जो स्टडी आहे, तर तो या इन्स्टिट्यूट मध्ये करायला मिळतो. त्या ठिकाणी कोर्सेस अँड प्रोग्राम उपलब्ध आहे. यू कॅन टेक द ऍडमिशन टू दॅट ऑल्सो. Courses in basic design, graphic design, product design, and visual communication were started in 1963-1964. Okay. अरे यार. Okay, just a minute. Okay, here. See, that is the basic courses in design, graphic design, product design, and visual communication were started in 1963-64. The work done by this institute includes design of transistor radio and the calculator and logos of Indian Airlines and the State Bank of India. ओके, तर हे ग्राफिक डिझाईन म्हणजेच काय, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे लोगो बनवणं. ओके, तर आपला जो इंडियन एअरलाईन आहे, ओके, एअर इंडिया आणि स्टेट बँकचा जो तुम्ही लोगो बघता, जो सिम्बॉल बघता ना, तर तो सिम्बॉल वॉज इनिशियली डन बाय द इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल डिझाईन. ऑल्सो transistor radio design was there. How to make this transistor radio over there, how to produce it, how to manufacture it, all things were done by these institutes. All right, so these were the institutes related to the field of engineering. Okay, these fields were related to engineering. Very first we studied about research institute in science. See here, after that we studied about engineering. Now we will study about research institute in the field of medicine and pharmacy. Okay, so I hope till now it is clear to everybody. Hello. Okay, any doubt? Anybody having any doubt here? Okay, good. So here we go. In post-independence period in 1949, the Indian Council for Medical Research, that is ICMR, was established for conducting research in medical field. तर मित्रांनो, आता जो आपला गेल्या वर्षी कोविड भारतामध्ये आला, ओके, तर या कोविड मध्ये तुम्ही बऱ्याच ठिकाणी ऐकलं असेल की ICMR गाईडलाईन्स नुसार तुम्हाला फॉलो करायचे आहेत, ICMR गाईडलाईन्स बघायच्या आहेत, त्यानुसारच वागायचं आहे. ओके, या ICMR म्हणजेच काय, ही एक इन्स्टिट्यूट आहे इंडियामध्ये की ही इन्स्टिट्यूट मेडिकल फील्ड मधला जो रिसर्च आहे सगळा तर ते भारतासाठी करते. ओके, दॅट इज इंडियन काउन्सिल फॉर मेडिकल रिसर्च. ओके, वैद्यकीय क्षेत्रामध्ये संशोधनासाठी ही इन्स्टिट्यूट आहे. इट वॉज एस्टॅब्लिश्ड फॉर दिस पर्पज इन 1949. It was given the responsibility of cooperating with universities, medical colleges, government and non-government research institutes, and giving them guidance and financial support for research activities. Okay, what was it? What were the responsibilities that were given to this institute to cooperate between with the universities? We know in India there are many universities working in the educational field. There are many medical colleges. Also, government and non-government research institutes are there which are working in the medical field. Okay, to cooperate between all these things, all these institutes, colleges, universities, and also giving them guidance and financial support for research activities. म्हणजे संशोधनात्मक कार्यासाठी या लोकांना या इन्स्टिट्यूटला मदत करणं, युनिव्हर्सिटीला मदत करणं, ओके, आणि त्यांना फायनान्शियल सपोर्ट प्रोव्हाइड करणं आणि मार्गदर्शन, दॅट इज गायडन्स. 26 centers were started in different parts of the country for research on various diseases. So guys, as we know that it is going, COVID-19 pandemic is going on, right? So this is one type of disease, and for this purpose 26 centers were started in different parts of the country so that they can take the fund, they can take the financial support and guidance from this ICMR, and they can do the research on various diseases, so that whatever the outcomings of this research, we can utilize the knowledge for prohibiting different diseases, okay, that are going to spread, that will be spreading in the country. All right, their research has made it possible to control tuberculosis and leprosy. So tuberculosis means TB row, okay, it is the disease, TB and leprosy. Okay, so our scientists did research on this field, these diseases, that is tuberculosis and leprosy, and with the study they come with the solutions so that we can control the tuberculosis and leprosy right now. Okay, so guys, this was the work of ICMR. Did you understand this? Okay, now see, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, that is AIIMS. ओके, तुम्ही एम्सचं पण नाव बऱ्याच वेळा ऐकलं असेल की कोणीही आपला एखादा महत्वाचा व्यक्ती म्हणजेच प्राईम मिनिस्टर, वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे इम्पॉर्टंट पीपल जे आहे, पॉलिटिशियन्स किंवा ब्युरोक्रॅट्स, ते जर आजारी पडले किंवा काही प्रॉब्लेम झाला तर दे गेट ऍडमिटेड इन टू एम्स, त्यांच्यावर एम्स मध्ये ट्रीटमेंट केली जाते. तर एम्स काय आहे? ऑल इंडिया इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल सायन्सेस. ज्याप्रमाणे IIT गव्हर्नमेंटचे इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये आहे, IIM मॅनेजमेंट मध्ये आहे, त्याचप्रमाणे हे एम्स हे मेडिकल फील्ड मध्ये इम्पॉर्टंट इन्स्टिट्यूट आहे. सो इट वॉज एस्टॅब्लिश टू गिव्ह फर्दर इम्पेटस to advanced education and research in medicine. Okay, along with that ICMR, this AIIMS, that is All India Institute of Medical Sciences, was established so that we can give further importance and the impetus to advanced education and research in medical field, medicine. Okay, म्हणजेच औषधशास्त्रामध्ये it was given the responsibility of undergraduate and postgraduate courses in the medicine. म्हणजेच या इन्स्टिट्यूटला एक जबाबदारी देण्यात आली की तुम्ही एक अंडर ग्रॅज्युएट स्टुडंट करायचे आहेत तयार आणि पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएट स्टुडंट तुम्ही तयार करायचे आहेत इन द फील्ड ऑफ मेडिसिन. कॉलेजेस फॉर अंडर ग्रॅज्युएट अँड पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएट एज्युकेशन इन मोस्ट ब्रांचेस ऑफ मेडिसिन, गुड रिसर्च फॅसिलिटीज अँड वेल इक्विप्ड हॉस्पिटल्स आर द सिग्निफिकंट फीचर्स ऑफ दिस इन्स्टिट्यूट. ओके गाइस, तर guys, if you want to study hard research, want to make research in the field of medicine, देन देर आर रिक्वायरमेंट, म्हणजे काही गोष्टींची गरज आहे. तर गरज काय आहे? वेगवेगळ्या ब्रांचेस पाहिजे एज्युकेशनच्या, मेडिसिनच्या, जेणेकरून तुम्ही ऍडमिशन घेऊन शिकू शकाल त्या ठिकाणी. गुड रिसर्च फॅसिलिटी पाहिजे त्या ठिकाणी. ओके. आणि वेल इक्विप्ड हॉस्पिटल्स पाहिजे, जेणेकरून त्या ठिकाणी सगळे इक्विपमेंट्स अवेलेबल असतील, सगळ्या सोयी सुविधा असतील, अँड यू कॅन डू युअर स्टडी, रिसर्च, एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ओव्हर देअर, युअर प्रॅक्टिस ओव्हर देअर. So these were all present in AIIMS institutes, and these are the significant features of this institute. The institute also provides medical treatment to common people at nominal rates. म्हणजेच जे सामान्य व्यक्ती आहेत ते सामान्य व्यक्ती पण त्या ठिकाणी जाऊन उपचार घेऊ शकतात, कारण त्या ठिकाणी हॉस्पिटल्स पण आहेत. ओके. त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही उपचार घेऊ शकता, सामान्य कॉमन मॅन पण, ऍट द नॉमिनल रेट, म्हणजेच अत्यंत थोड्या किमतीमध्ये, किंवा येस व्हेरी ओके इकॉनॉमिकल वी कॅन से. It has established special college for training in nursing and super specialty centers for treatments of disorders of the heart, brain and eyes. म्हणजेच ज्या आपण नर्स बघतो हॉस्पिटलमध्ये, तर त्यांना ट्रेनिंग देण्यासाठी नर्सिंग कॉलेज सुरू करण्यात आले, सुपर स्पेशालिटी सेंटर्स तयार करण्यात आले की ज्या ठिकाणी हार्ट डिसऑर्डर, ब्रेन डिसऑर्डर अँड आयज डिसऑर्डरची स्टडी केला जाईल अँड ट्रीटमेंट केला जाईल. For further development of the medical field, the Medical Council of India was restructured in 1958 and was entrusted with the task of determining criteria for quality of medical education, its supervision and inspection. ओके. म्हणजेच काही दिवसांनी आफ्टर द एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट, फर्दर डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ द मेडिकल फील्ड, द मेडिकल काउन्सिल ऑफ इंडिया वॉज रिस्ट्रक्चर्ड. हे मोडी मेडिकल काउन्सिल आहे त्याचं रिस्ट्रक्चर्ड करण्यात आलं, म्हणजेच त्याचं रचना बदलण्यात आली जराशी 58 मध्ये, 1958 मध्ये, अँड वॉज इंटरेस्टेड विथ द टास्क ऑफ डिटरमाइनिंग क्रायटेरिया फॉर द क्वालिटी मेडिकल एज्युकेशन अँड सुपरविजन अँड इन्स्पेक्शन. म्हणजे जे काही क्वालिटी एज्युकेशन कसं घेतलं पाहिजे किंवा त्याचे क्रायटेरियाज काय आहे तर ते ठरवले. ओके. सुपरविजन कसं करावं, एखाद्या ठिकाणी एखादा कोर्स चालू असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी क्वालिटी मेडिकल एज्युकेशन कसं देण्यात यावं याचं एक स्टँडर्ड किंवा क्रायटेरिया ठरवण्यात आला, सुपरविजनचा क्रायटेरिया ठरवण्यात आला, आणि इन्स्पेक्शन कसं करायचं याचा पण क्रायटेरिया ठरवण्यात आला. ऑलराईट. आफ्टर द रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग इन 1958, these institutes have the responsibility of conducting research on various diseases, developing tests and standardization of medicines. Okay, what was the responsibility of these institutes? Research on various diseases, वेगवेगळ्या रोगांवर संशोधन करणं, डेव्हलपिंग टेस्ट, मग ते रोग ओळखायचे कसे याच्यासाठी टेस्ट कशा केल्या जातील ते शोधणं, अँड स्टँडर्डायझेशन ऑफ मेडिसिन्स, जे मेडिसिन्स लोकांना देण्यात येतील, so they should be standard one, and for that some standards were set up. Now see here, in 1969 the Central Council for Research in Indian Medicine and Homeopathy was established to conduct research and bring about development in the Ayurvedic, naturopathy, Unani and homeopathy system of medicines. तर गाईज आपल्याला माहिती आहे आपल्याकडे मेडिसिनचे वेगळे प्रकार आहे उपचाराचे. आयुर्वेदिक आहे त्या ठिकाणी, नॅचरोपॅथी म्हणजे निसर्गोपचार आहे, युनानी म्हणजेच माझ्यामध्ये हे बाहेरच्या देशांमध्ये जे उपचार पद्धत, जशी इंडियामध्ये आयुर्वेदिक उपचार होतात तसंच युनानी म्हणून एक बाहेरच्या देशांमध्ये केलं जातं. होमिओपॅथी आहे, सिस्टम्स ऑफ मेडिसिन. In 1979, this institute was dissolved and replaced by 3 others, that is namely Central Council of Research in Unani Medicine, Central Council of Research in Homeopathy and Central Council of Research in Yoga and Nature Cure, in accordance with their respective clinical methodologies. म्हणजेच पहिल्यांदा जी एकत्र इन्स्टिट्यूट होती की ज्या ठिकाणी एकत्र स्टडी केला जायचा आयुर्वेद, नॅचरोपॅथीचा, युनानी आणि होमिओपॅथीचा, तर त्यासाठी 3 सेपरेट इन्स्टिट्यूट बनवण्यात आल्या आणि त्यांना त्यांचे स्पेशल ब्रांचेस एस्टॅब्लिश करून देण्यात आले. Okay. So now next is the cancer research. The Advanced Center for Treatment, Research and Education in Cancer is a branch of Tata Memorial Center. It functions as a national center for treatment, research and education in correlation to cancer. म्हणजेच कॅन्सर हा जो डिसीज आहे तर यावर रिसर्च करण्यासाठी, ट्रीटमेंट करण्यासाठी, ओके, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये आणखी स्टडी करण्यासाठी, एज्युकेशन देण्यासाठी टाटा मेमोरियल सेंटर जे आहे तर त्या ठिकाणी एक सेंटर उभारण्यात आलं, ऍडव्हान्स सेंटर. ओके, त्याला कॅन्सर रिसर्च सेंटर म्हटलं जातं. अँड त्याचं फंक्शन काय? इट फंक्शन्स ॲज द नॅशनल सेंटर फॉर ट्रीटमेंट, research and education in the relation to cancer. Okay, so guys, this was the research institute in the field of medicine in India. How from after the independence different institutes were established in India? So guys, is it clear about that institutes, these institutes in the medical field? Do you have any doubt over here? या ठिकाणी काही कोणाला प्रॉब्लेम, काही डाऊट? Okay, okay, good. Now the last topic we will start and complete today is research institute. We have studied about science, engineering and medicine. Now research institutes in the field of agriculture. In India, research in agriculture had begun as early as 1905. ओके, म्हणजेच भारतामध्ये ऍग्रिकल्चर मध्ये रिसर्च करण्यासाठी सुरुवात ही इंग्रजांच्या काळातच चालू झाली. म्हणजेच 1905 मध्ये चालू झाली, ज्यावेळी इंग्रजांचं शासन भारतावर होतं, ब्रिटिश रूल. The Indian Agriculture Research Institute was given the status of a university in 1958 and work began in departments such as development of the agriculture sector, research in agriculture sector, well-equipped laboratories, soil science, agricultural sciences, economic botany, and other departments. Okay, so guys, Agriculture Research Institute was the institute in India. But in 1958, what happened? The name of the university was changed. Sorry, the name not changed, but the status was changed and it was considered as a university in 1958. म्हणजे ते जे काही इन्स्टिट्यूट होते तिला डायरेक्ट विद्यापीठाचा दर्जा देण्यात आला. अँड वर्क बिगेन. मग ऍग्रिकल्चरच्या फील्डमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्रामध्ये, डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये, विभागामध्ये काम सुरू करण्यात आलं. तर हे विभाग कोणकोणते होते? डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ ऍग्रिकल्चर सेक्टर हे एक डिपार्टमेंट होतं की ज्यामध्ये ऍग्रिकल्चर सेक्टरची डेव्हलपमेंट कशी केली जाईल याचं स्टडी होईल. रिसर्च डिपार्टमेंट होतं, वेल इक्विप लॅबोरेटरीज होत्या त्या ठिकाणी. सॉइल सायन्स होतं, त्यावर स्टडी करण्यासाठी, रिसर्च करण्यासाठी हे एक वेगळं डिपार्टमेंट. ऍग्रिकल्चर सायन्स, इकॉनॉमिक बॉटनी, ओके, अँड अदर डिपार्टमेंट्स. तर या सगळ्या गोष्टी या ऍग्रिकल्चर रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट मध्ये होत्या अवेलेबल. So that we can do research, we can study, we can have knowledge of this field, and we can develop different technological things, equipments for the agriculture. Research also began on wheat, pulses, oil seeds, vegetables, and many other problems. Okay, so these were working to develop varieties of different things like wheat, pulses, oil seed, what environment should be there, study of everything was there. Okay, its most significant achievement is the fundamental research it has conducted on the methods of taking multiple crops in a year. सो गाईज, इनिशियली काय होतं भारतामध्ये सुरुवातीच्या काळात फक्त पावसाळ्याच्या पावसाच्या भरोशावर एक पीक घेतलं जायचं फक्त. परंतु हे जे इन्स्टिट्यूट जेव्हा एस्टॅब्लिशमेंट झाली आणि तिला युनिव्हर्सिटीचा दर्जा देण्यात आला, वेगवेगळ्या डिपार्टमेंट्स मध्ये काम सुरू झालं, तर त्याची बिग अचिव्हमेंट म्हणजे काय की आपले जे सायंटिस्ट होते त्यांनी वर्षामध्ये मल्टिपल पीक जे आहे तर ते घेण्याची जी मेथड आहे तर तिचा शोध लावला. म्हणजे ते आपण कसं मॅनेज करू शकतो, एकानंतर एक पीक कसे घेऊ शकतो, जेणेकरून वर्षभर तुमच्या रानामध्ये किंवा तुमच्या फार्म मध्ये ऍग्रिकल्चर फील्ड मध्ये वी कॅन टेक द क्रॉप्स फॉर अ इयर. And this has been the great benefit for farmers. Okay, this technique, this technology, this method, which was developed, innovated by this institute, it helped farmers very much. So this institute maintains a library at its head office in Delhi, which is the biggest agriculture related library in the world. Okay, so this institute, that is Agriculture Research Institute in India, it has the highest agriculture related library in the in the country. Okay, and it is located in the Delhi. Okay, so likewise, this guys, in this chapter we shall study laws related to women. Sorry, in the next chapter. Okay, okay, so we will study about next chapter in the next lecture. But still till now, okay, uh, anybody having any doubt? I hope whatever we have discussed today, you have understood. Hello. Okay. Now I will post the exercise of this uh, lesson on the Google Classroom. You have to go there. You have to complete it. Before that, you have to revise the topic thoroughly 2-3 times, at least one time. Okay. And then complete the exercise. Upload it on the Google Classroom. All right. So guys, I hope today's lecture was good. There was problem today very much about network and other issues. Uh, I hope it will get solved in the next lectures. So till that guys, you can leave the class and good night. Take care. Bye bye.